Happy New Year!
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. We're back. It is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Oh, wait, let me do that.
We're in the future.
January
All the
3rd,
poinsettias are gone, but the Christmas tree's still here.
2024. And this is Canonsburg UP Church, Canonsburg, PA 15317. And I am Kenton Klink. This is my pal Alvin Barker.
Your pal Al.
My pal Al. And this is my pal, the Reverend Donald B. Coleman.
Yes.
Yeah. We're all here to brighten your day and give you a little New Year cheer.
That's right. Yeah.
We had a great Christmas. We had wonderful worship. People were out. It was great. Wonderful music. If you missed it, got to come next year now.
There you go. That's right. You only have to wait
just a
355
no, how many weeks? 51
days.
weeks.
And the choir was really good on Christmas Eve.
It was, wasn't it? I'm telling you.
We even got an attaboy from the Reverend.
I know. I don't know where that came from, because generally,
Am I really limited in my praise?
No, you're not.
I thought you guys were great.
Oh, and I thought you were great too.
I was under the weather, actually.
There were a lot.
I started to be under the weather like 2 days before Christmas, and
there were a lot of people under the weather.
Yeah, but there were more people out than that was.
I have to acknowledge something that came across my field of knowledge today, and our church lost a very good friend this week. Her maiden name was Mary Jane Imburgia. And any long-term members here would remember Mary Jane and her sister Patty Ruth and her mom Ruth. Ruth used to cook the communion bread downstairs. But Mary Jane and her sister Patty Ruth have been friends of this church for many, many years. And Mary Jane passed on Christmas Eve. And I want to acknowledge that she is no longer, that she got a good Christmas present.
You mean we used to bake our own communion bread?
Yes.
We still do.
We still do. Yeah. Mark bakes it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Marcus Solobine
did not know that.
Joining the deacons this year bakes our communion bread.
Dorothy Cantor gave me a tin of cookies on Sunday.
Oh, cookies. So is this in addition to the fudge she gave you beforehand?
The fudge is still on the piano back there, but the tin of cookies,
yep.
I got to tell you, I thought it was just, regular cookies that Dorothy baked. And I went to, hit them up, opened it up, and here there were a variety of little cookies that were absolutely, positively like honey on my lips, okay?
Wow.
I mean to tell you, they were delicious. So I called Dorothy.
Yep.
And thanked her for
the cookies.
For the cookies. And I said, "Where did you buy them?" She said, "Mark."
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Oh, there was the first one I ate.
Does he have a name? I'm just.
I don't. Yeah,
Cookies by Marcus.
I think so.
It might be Cookies by Marcus.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's our.
Oh my goodness.
Cookies by Marcus. Get yours today.
Oh my goodness gracious! I don't know how much. If she paid $100 for that, it was worth every penny. Of course, only because I ate the cookies, I can say that.
Yeah.
And the problem
would not
was,
have paid $100.
Did you eat all of them at one sitting?
There were 3 layers. Okay, I ate 2 layers.
Okay.
I ate 2 layers, like the pie. It went in 4 stages.
I can see him there. He's laid out on the couch. Okay, television's on. Who knows what's watching? The tin is sitting right on his stomach, and he's just doing this.
No, I was sitting at the dining room table because some of them did have honey in them.
Oh,
and so they leaked a little honey. So I didn't want to get honey on my clothes or the table.
Just wanted on your
lips. It was pretty sticky. Yeah. But oh my goodness, the first one I ate had chocolate icing on it, and I touched it and it was soft, and I thought, this is going to be good. And it was on some kind of chocolate cake cookie. Oh my goodness gracious! So I moved on to the
other cookies.
Were they all the same, or did you get a variety pack?
A variety pack. Oh, to die for.
By the way, do you listen to the way he says cookie?
I didn't notice anything.
Yeah, he says cookie.
Cookie?
Cookies.
Well, there's 2 O's in it.
There is. I know. But how do you say? What's the
Cookies.
person who what's the chef's? What's the chef do?
Cookies.
Yo, so my grandma used to call it kookbook.
Kook.
Kookbook.
That
Yeah, that
sounds-
makes sense.
That definitely sounds.
And we still
a kookbook.
she passed away years ago, but we still tease her about it.
That's
Kookbook.
that's a good one. That's a really good one. That was a Clue on Wheel of Fortune last night. Illustrated cookbook.
Kookbook.
Yeah, that's like your Canadian things.
Yeah.
Say house.
House.
Out.
Out.
See?
Out and about in a boat with a trout.
Yeah.
That was the way
See,
you're.
speak English, John.
I do. Darn near close to the Queen's English.
The Queen is dead.
Yeah. Long live the king.
Yes. Yes.
Soon enough, the king will be dead.
But
Long live the king.
and long live the king, and
That's
the
the way
king
it
after
works.
he. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we did have a great Christmas. It was
Worship was wonderful. I mean, there was like, personal Christmas, and then there's corporate Christmas. We had a wonderful time here. We had a great turnout for worship at one service on Christmas Eve in the morning.
and for last Sunday being New Year's, that's usually a low
That was
Sunday.
a pretty full.
Yeah,
Pretty
that
I
full
know
that
it was.
nice.
Yeah,
there
you
were
guys
people.
did a great job.
Thanks.
It was beautiful. Yeah, I love that. I wanted to make some comments about the four-handed music, but I figured we went right into offering, and I'm just like, you guys did a great job. It's always fun to have you and Linda share your talents. Did you practice a lot?
No, we played that a couple years, same song
Yeah,
a couple
I
years
thought
ago.
so.
So when you tend to remember it pretty well.
You
and-
played it here?
Yeah.
I don't remember-
I
I
thought
don't-
you played a handful of songs before.
Yeah.
I don't
was
remember
pretty
that.
Sure, you'd done.
I
that
mean,
one.
our repertoire is maybe only a handful of songs. So if we can stick to that, so if we only do them every several years, we're okay.
Alan and Linda did a piano duet on Sunday.
What I'd love for you to you could go online and watch it in the service. Well, if you didn't before, I would love for you to up the showmanship of it. And here would be another way to do it. Ready?
How do you do that?
So you're both you were on the left, right?
Yeah.
She was. So you were playing the bass notes.
Right.
She was playing the
Treble.
and
Bass clef, G clef.
right. Yeah. So what would have been cool is I don't know, partway through the song, she gets up,
Switch.
you slide over to the treble, she goes down there, and then you kept doing that. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
I could have slapped her hand when she was
might-
playing the same notes as I was. I mean that gets in the way every once in a while. I have to yield. I have to yield to her when I know
man.
that's gonna happen.
I saw that you guys are real close where your hands were.
I was all the way over there, so I didn't see any
I could tell just by how he was.
handedness of it.
Anytime you play four hands on a piano, you're running into each other every once in a while.
Yeah.
So you got to know when
Somebody
has to yield.
Well,
How many octaves? 66 octaves on that piano?
I don't know, man.
1,
88
2,
keys.
88
3,
keys.
4, 5, 6, 7
Seven
octaves.
octaves. Okay, yeah. So your range, you basically get 3 and a little bit, which is not a lot.
We don't play very many black.
Well, because his part goes over middle C.
His part goes over middle C.
And just sometimes her part goes under middle C.
Yeah.
So they have to share.
Yeah.
So I got a funny story to tell you.
Okay.
So Sunday morning, we're.
Is this really going to be funny?
It's true. It's not. You might not laugh like that, but wow.
Thank you, Alice.
Wow. Okay. Jeez.
Go ahead, Donnie.
So,
We're ready for this funny story.
So I'm in my office. Schedule's a little bit different because we're having one service at 10 a.m.
That was last week.
Next week, 8:30 and 11.
Yeah.
This coming Sunday, 8:30 and 11. And so, people were at different times. It's a little different. Oh, heck, I walked in and I wasn't the first one here. Rare occasion when
I know
first
you
one.
usually
Jim Reynolds was here. Screens were on. He was. I said,
On
Jim.
it.
It was before 8:30, so I said, Jim, service at 10, right? Anyway, so he chuckled, and anyway, so I'm in my office before the service, and kind of last minute preparations and stuff, and I get a phone call, and it's none other than our current president of the trustees, the head of buildings and grounds,
Sharon Cox.
Sharon Cox. Sharon says, Don, do you have a minute that you could come over and chat?
Uh-oh.
And I don't remember exactly the words the exact words, the phraseology she used.
That doesn't sound good.
It didn't. And the tremor in her voice also made me think, oh, goodness. And so, I'm like, yeah, I'll be over there in just a minute. So I finished something up, and I'm
She
thinking.
wanted you to come here to the sanctuary?
She wanted to talk to me. She was in the sanctuary. So I'm like, and first thing I'm thinking is, Sharon, if you're going to drop something on me, this is the worst time.
Something broke.
I'm like, that. Then I'm thinking, okay, did something break? And I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm thinking, did I do something that she's going to call me to task on? And
See,
my first thought
is water.
So yeah, that could be one. We're dealing preventatively with our sewage, whatnot. It's old, so we're dealing with that. So that was a part of the mix. All these things are going through my mind. So I was not fully ready to come over here yet, but here I got over.
I've got to guess at what it is.
Well, so I come over here. I come through the back way. I leave a couple things in the prayer chapel. I come out, and then there's a member who catches me before I even get to Sharon. She's kind of back, one of the last couple rows. And
did you make her cry?
Hold on. I get full story, right? So this member says, "Hey, yeah, by the way, I've been meaning." They joined about 4 years ago, and their youngest daughter, who was a baby at the time, they came from another church that closed, and they came here. And he said, we've been wanting to get our daughter baptized. Just wanted to let you know, and we're going to be, going through the, application process or whatever. And I said, yeah, don't worry about it. It's really easy. And so we talked about that for a couple minutes. So then Sharon's sitting back there, and she goes, "Come and sit down." So you're already like, okay, come and sit down. I feel like this is not going to go well. So I sit down. And it's kind of like this.
Because a lot of times when somebody's got bad news for you, they
come and sit down.
They tell you to sit down.
I mean, would you just spit it out?
I'm the same way. I'm
taking an awful long time.
I'm thinking of myself. I mean, I'm like, Sharon, just drop it on me. Give me a couple minutes to go back and recompose myself. And she goes, I'm not always, and I don't exactly know. She kind of starts it off almost like apologizing.
What happened?
And then she goes, but I want you to know, we got things situated with
if you don't spit it out, man.
Is it nap time yet?
It's not nap time yet. And she says, you know what? We've got the cross.
Oh, that was going to be my guess. That was
what you were thinking? Yeah.
Well, I've been asking about it all morning.
So right there, you've been asking about it all morning.
So she showed you how to turn it on and off.
She didn't necessarily show me how to turn it on and off.
She showed you it.
But she got it lit.
Who did that? What do you got? You think I won't go there? I will.
I just got the remote.
So now we have right behind the camera.
Dude,
we have now
what do you got in your pocket?
I don't know what I got in my pocket. Look at you. It's got my watch.
Oh my. Anyway, yeah, the cross is lit.
So now we
aren't.
Lit
the cross is
lit.
What
is really cool about that? Couple things.
It really looks nice too.
It looks phenomenal. But
you'll catch it on the other video.
What I love. That's the same cross.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that I didn't notice it at church on Sunday. Kenton came over to me and he says, "Hey, did you see the cross?" And I said, "Oh wow, I can't believe I did."
It does actually look like it's always been like that.
Backlit, and it really looked beautiful. Yeah.
I wasn't so sure.
You're saying it's the same cross that was here before,
that
just in
cross,
a different presentation.
That cross was installed, I'm going to guess, 50 years ago.
Yeah, easy.
Maybe more than that. It was built by Lori.
Yes.
Lori, formerly Sokolsky, but her
Hutchison
father was what?
No, Lori Sokolsky's the father.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Lori Rigby.
Yeah.
So her grandfather.
Her grandfather.
Grandfather. Yes.
George.
And Bill, her younger brother, was here.
Oh, okay.
Kind of goofing around. He was a kid and kind of helped him install it. He built it and installed it there. And of course, there used to be, before the renovations, all this lattice work and whatnot.
Yep.
And it had been there for a long time too.
Did it have lights on it originally?
No, it
There were
did
no
not.
lights, nothing whatsoever.
No.
And it really obscured the cross. It was one of the things that in the company that we hired for the renovation, they pitched. They were kind of like, it just obscures the cross. So the cross itself, by what they did with the renovations, removing that lattice work, they built the arch. That's new. But the cross itself, it got a coat of paint. It's gray instead of a bronze color.
Mhm.
But other than that, it is the exact same cross. It looks beautiful. It looks new. And it really comes into focus with that light.
Yeah.
My question to Kenton was, you got the cross and then you got the circle in the middle.
Yeah.
What's that circle in the middle?
So so that is a particular kind of cross that I'm off the top of my head. I'm forgetting. Where
I would
highlight
say-
that, it is.
I thought maybe it was the crown of thorns or something.
That's
that-
good.
Well,
no, I believe it's. I believe it's symbolic of the glory of God. I'm gonna have to double check.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
There's a particular kind of cross.
You think he's right?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to laugh.
Wow.
Because I-
No, I forgot to laugh at the story.
Where's the
At
funny story,
that he
dude?
told this
So that's the funny story?
The funny story was that all of my fears and misconceptions were unfounded.
Oh.
It was something really nice.
Yeah, it wasn't laughing funny. It
It
was
wasn't
just,
laugh out loud funny.
No.
It
It was humorous. Yeah.
was,
Oh, I'm so embarrassed for you.
anyway.
It's a good day here
Wow.
at Canonsburg, UP.
Wow.
It's a good day.
Yeah, let's see how good it is.
Yeah, the cross does look really nice.
It looks
It's-
wonderful, and so glad.
I like
we're-
that same kind of underlighting on the piano too.
Sure,
We could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
try.
Yeah, on a lid and then
I'll
around
work
it.
on that.
Yeah,
I have to get my
Maybe-
hammer. I have to get my hammer and nails out though.
maybe for my 50th celebration,
Oh
The what?
my 50th anniversary celebration, that the church is planning behind my back. It's going to be a surprise.
Huh.
That
When is it going to happen?
I don't know. It's a surprise.
Is it?
Is it happening in your 50th or 50th first year?
I would hope the
52nd.
50th year because I might be.
2050. That's when it's going to happen.
No. Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
It's this year.
You sure?
It should have been already, but we were busy
You're
renovating.
busy.
Yeah.
I thought we had it last year.
No. What did you have last
I
year?
thought last year was your 50th year.
No, this is my 50th year.
Couldn't find any records of it though.
Well, you think I'm lying? You think I'm lying,
I'm
Dawn?
thinking you just want to party.
How come you made such a big deal about it last year?
Yeah.
Because it was coming up. Now it's here. It's anticipation. It's anticipation. Like
We actually did that celebration about 2 months ago.
Where was I?
I don't know.
I
We gathered in this room. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah. Pews were all askew and everything, and we said,
Oh, the pews were askew. I like that. And with there's a song there, a country song.
I'm going to be the first to tell you congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you, Alvin. That's very nice of you. See, it's the start of something big. Mhm.
"Start of
Something
a beautiful
big.
friendship."
Something big, something great. Something great is going to happen, and
Lowered
something great.
expectations.
Something great has happened. I've lived 50 years.
You have lived 50 years.
And
You've
I've lived
well over 50 years.
The last 10 years.
We're getting close to 70 years.
The last 10
You
years.
realize he's
He's
almost
trying to
70.
minimize his age.
He's
Yeah,
almost 70.
I know.
I am not almost 70.
Yeah.
Pretty darn close.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you've got
When is my birthday, Dawn?
14 months left in your 60s, dude.
When is my birthday?
14. It is.
I've got it on my calendar. I don't have it memorized.
When's your Alvin?
It's on the calendar too.
When's your birthday, though?
When's
When is your birthday?
It's in May.
May.
Yeah.
Kenton's is 2 months
It's the
before
same
that.
same day that Charles Lindbergh flew
Oh, really?
his plane over the Atlantic.
Were you alive then?
No,
that
but
was
it's the
40s.
same.
Yeah.
Same day of the year.
Same day of the year. May the.
had a calendar once, and it had a picture of the Wright brothers on
May
my,
the
on my
16th.
birthday, and I said, oh, that's same day as Chester Arthur, our president of the United States.
Chester A. Arthur.
Oh no, I'm wrong about that. He was the 21st president of the United States, but I was born on the 21st, so that.
Oh, the 21st.
May
I got to remember
21.
that. May 21st.
That's close to Kenton's.
Well, yeah. When is mine?
March 24th.
No. Now I remember yours, June 4th. You weren't even here last year, and I sang happy
March
birthday
25th.
to you. No.
March 23rd.
No.
March 20th.
Higher.
19th.
Higher, I
18.
said. No.
March 22nd.
No.
I don't know. 26?
Closer.
27?
Yes.
Oh, March 27th. Okay.
Oh, well, I don't have you on the calendar.
And when's yours? May 6th, May
21st.
May 21st. We got to remember that.
Yeah, May 21st this year looks like it's gonna
Now,
be
you
right.
realize, too, we're going into 2024.
Yeah, it's the future.
We started these videos in 2020. Amazing,
Crazy.
isn't it?
Crazy. It's really been that long.
Yeah, it's been that
And
long.
people still have interest in watching.
I
I've got you down
unbelievably
as
so.
Monday, March 27th. That's wrong.
Oh, that's 2023. See,
Well,
in
it's the same.
2024,
Yeah, so here's what you need to do. You're watch
It's
this.
the same.
it's a Wednesday in
Do
2024.
this. You're gonna repeat this every year.
But that's the 27th. That's
That's
not
the
the right
that's
day.
the day. Yeah.
Oh,
The 27th,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just hit done. And now you have it.
now
in your,
it'll be in
now
there.
it's there forever, and it'll be at the
It's-
top of your.
I don't know how to
calendar.
do that.
Look at that. See, Ken's birthday. Look at
okay.
that.
See, I don't know how to do
You don't
that.
have an iPhone.
I have a phone with a calendar on it,
Oh, look, it's in there now.
I don't know how to look at that. See,
but it's a
you're also-
Wednesday.
wow,
But
you.
that's last
He's
year.
going to be away.
That's last year.
Oh, that was last year. Okay, you were away last year.
No, that was Linda was away.
Oh, okay. Not a bad place to be away. I'm not going to
Yeah,
out.
it's a
I'm not
Wednesday.
going to out you on public, but that's not bad.
No, Linda went to the Cayman Islands. No.
Nice, nice. And she
Girls,
didn't take
it was
you.
girls week.
Bridges,
Oh, yeah,
girls-
that's right.
I didn't qualify.
Yeah,
No,
they didn't need a chaperone.
there was a lot of
I
pictures.
I went fishing that week, I think.
Yeah, there
Oh,
were,
were you in Montana?
No, I think I was in Florida. I think I went to Florida, went fishing.
I think you did. You went to Florida and she went
No,
to some island somewhere.
yeah, some islands. I had a better time.
Yeah.
All
I'd
right.
like to travel sometime this year, but I'm afraid.
You afraid of what?
Walking from here to there.
You can get a scooter. Yeah,
No.
you could totally.
Never.
Why not?
I will never be a loser in a scooter.
A loser in a scooter? Nothing wrong with a
No.
scooter.
No.
They're there for if you can't make it.
No, absolutely
You're like
not.
saying
No.
I don't want to be a loser in a car because I'd rather walk.
No.
Okay, that's
No
fine, but you-
scooter
It eliminates
and no oxygen tank. Okay? You heard
that
it here
one.
first.
Let me tell you
You
that
can pull
one.
up to the piano bench, lift this
Oh.
side thing up, and just scoot over.
Oh, he would love that.
You're good.
He would love that. Okay? Here comes Kenton.
I can't wait. I can't wait till we see Kenton riding his scooter down the aisle like that,
Oh.
with his oxygen tank.
With my
trailing
oxygen
behind him.
tank.
Yeah, I've already talked about making the those
A
those
zip line.
chairs. No, those chairs. We have a chair.
A lift chair.
A lift chair that goes right from the piano to the.
Could you see? Could you see if I waited to the last minute and it would be time for him and I'd just be sitting on the chair over here and
No,
everybody.
the best is this is a total SNL skit. The best is you're just gonna get stuck halfway,
Yeah, of course it is.
and you're just pushing the button,
Ah,
and it's not moving.
you'll see my head going.
And the congregation's going,
Dun dun dun. Sorry, folks. There's not enough
Oh.
today because
We'll have to have a ramp. We'll have to put in a ramp. Yeah.
that's when we definitely moved the piano up onto the stage.
You know, my dad, in his last year of his life, when he came to church, he brought, that was before there were the portable things that there are now. So he always dragged this, it was a tall
Tank.
green
Yeah.
oxygen tank with him. Yeah, I'm not doing the oxygen thing.
All right. Okay.
I'm not doing that.
But let me just tell you this: if it keeps you from, if we can't hear the piano over your breathing, your
Well,
wheezing,
I've been dude. I've been wheezing for years.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So as long as the piano's still louder than you wheezing.
I can remember one time in college as a senior, I was in an education class, and it was Lexi and me and our friend Diane Lucian, who was also from Canonsburg. We were sitting just in a group, and the teacher's up there teaching. It was very casual, but the professor's up there teaching, and Diane Lucian says, "Clink, would you stop breathing so loud?"
At 20 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's always been like that, so it's nothing new to me. All right?
All right.
Nothing new to me. Although, you know what is new to me? Things are turning into hills that once weren't hills. I'm learning that climbing,
Okay. All right.
whether it be this much incline or this much
You're realizing there's an incline
Yeah.
in a lot of places that you didn't notice before.
You remember when we went to Kennywood?
Like walking from here to the back
Yeah.
there, it's uphill.
Remember when we went to Kennywood and we were leaving
Kind of.
and we had to walk under the highway and then up that ramp to
Yeah.
get to the car?
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you, Donnie, wait?" I said, "Donnie, wait." Yeah, I thought I was going down right there. Yeah. He did offer me his arm.
Too much excitement in one day going to Kennywood. That was.
Well, then he said, "You got me up the top." He said, "Sit right here. I'll go get the car."
Yeah. There you go.
And I figured he was just going to leave me sitting there
Almost did.
That's a
In
good.
perpetuity.
That's a good son.
in perpetuity.
That was your last big outing too, wasn't it?
Actually, yes.
Probably 3 years ago.
Yes. I don't get out much.
He
I try to
He left
stay.
the town of Canonsburg. Yeah.
He left the town of Canonsburg first time. Although I guess there was that big one with his sister. Or that might have qualified as a big
mean
outing.
going-
Oh yeah.
Driving to my sister's house?
Berkeley Springs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You spent the night too.
Oh, that
Hotel.
well, Bedford Springs.
Bedford
Yeah.
Springs. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big deal.
That was a bigger deal.
I got a dent in my car
Sorry.
On that trip,
that
or
weekend. Yeah. And it's on the driver's door, and it looks like a rock just and got it. And it just drives me crazy.
dangerous.
When it's clean.
Dangerous driving there on the turnpike.
Well, I was flying on the
I
turnpike.
believe it.
I might be spending more time on the turnpike in the coming
Well, where are you
year.
going?
Well, I've got a son who's going to college, so
Yeah.
got to figure out where first.
Well, just send him down the street.
It could be.
Send him to three.
I'm not sending him anywhere.
Can I give you a recommendation?
Yeah,
I wonder
do
where
you
he
wanna-
would pick.
Where do you want to they're still quibbling about his transcripts,
Yeah.
like they haven't received them or something.
Well, he's got to put them in the mail and send them. to
No,
him.
it's all electronic now. So
Well,
it's
he's
all.
got to push the button.
Oh,
and say,
his push
send.
buttons. He's done his part. The school says they've done their part. I don't know where it is. Whatever. So but yes,
where-
that's the fourth place that he's. I don't even think it's the fourth place he applied to, but it's still the fourth one.
I mean, tell
in terms of
him to think about this. If he goes to Penn State, he might get care packages. Every other Friday.
Or a ride home.
Every other Friday.
in the
Ooh,
fall
that's pretty
time
good.
and several times through the winter time.
Okay.
That
And,
would
or
be,
you could,
that
Al
would
could
be
be your-
kind of nice.
Al could start a service for you called Al's Pick Up and Go.
There you go. But actually, here's the bad news. He won't be at main campus.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
why not?
So
You never
because
know.
they have
I
that.
made it into main campus.
no, his particular area of study would be at
Altoona.
So and that was our mistake. We thought Altoona is 5 seconds from main campus. Barron, yeah. So
Where's Barron at?
Erie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I've never been to Erie.
you've never been
Never.
even driven through it?
Not even driven through it. Never seen
Wow.
Niagara Falls.
Wow.
No, never. I've never been to Avella.
There's a lot of water that goes over top of it.
I've seen
Every day.
pictures.
Every day it does.
I've seen it lit up like the cross.
Nice.
Lit
so,
up.
So by the
Yeah.
way, did you want to play some music today?
Yeah, but I'm not ready yet.
Okay, good. Because we're gonna make a little turn and then we'll get ready for you. So
A little
you can-
turn?
Yes, we're gonna
We're
talk
gonna
about one little
turn?
thing, and then
It's not
and then we
another sermon series, is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh,
and it's
no.
fun because it taps into exactly what Al was saying. So we chatted in my office for a few minutes beforehand, and
Because the
the
clock's
big
broke.
words of the Bible.
you're looking at, you're like, I don't know all these words.
Well,
and
he
I was-
had a chalkboard there, and he had all these words
Terms,
on it,
words,
and
yeah.
then I, about every fifth word, I recognized that maybe I would know what the meaning of it.
Did
They
you
had
know all of
these
them?
other big words that had, more than 6 letters in them, and I said, I have no idea what they mean.
Some of
you know
them
what?
some of them weren't
It's
actually
funny that you
long.
come up with words, because I was going to ask you this today.
Okay.
In a pure sense,
Okay.
what does it mean to repent?
In the simplest sense, it means to turn.
I knew that.
That's what repentance is.
So it's to turn away from that sin.
Well, in its
Go and sin no more.
simplest form, it's simply just to turn.
I know.
We
Isn't
use it in terms
ask
of
for forgiveness.
no. It's
Isn't that
actually
what
the act
repent
of. It's actually the act of turning.
Turning
It's
away from
Yeah. So
that behavior
yeah.
that
So
you.
repenting is to turn. And I think in the clearest sense, it would be to turn away from something that is not towards something that is God.
Yes.
So it's to turn away from something that is life killing, to turn away from something that is life sucking.
Yeah.
It is to turn away from something that is
Not good
dangerous and maybe even
And turn
demoralizing,
towards
dehumanizing, that towards life in Christ.
So anyways, on Don's desk, he's got this thesaurus, a religious thesaurus. You look up a word, religion, and then it has 50 words that that you can't pronounce and you don't know the meaning of.
Well, his mom and dad bought him all the books he needed when he went to college.
That was that was one of my books from seminary.
See?
It was So
and so now it sounds like you're going to try to force feed us in the congregation on this stuff.
How about a good crossword puzzle?
I could a crossword puzzle. That would be interesting.
Isn't it?
That would be interesting.
Linda
Thank you
loves
so much.
crossword
Does she?
puzzles.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Uh-huh.
A word search or a crossword? What's better?
It'd give us
Well,
something
word
to do
search.
while you're preaching.
That would be good. Word
Everybody-
search or a crossword?
Well, probably word search would be good for everybody.
Word search would be probably better only in that because so here's what I was
The
doing.
crossword.
Some big concepts.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one we were going to talk about Sunday matches up with Sunday.
And which?
Kind of.
Oh, because it's Memorial Sunday.
No. There's
Am I ringing the
bigger
bell?
day. Yeah, there's a bigger day in the church calendar. It's technically the day before.
Oh, it's also.
No. That's in November. It's called Epiphany. Called Epiphany.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Epiphany. So
It's one of those big words.
exactly, yeah. So and it's these words that we don't use. I don't use.
You had an epiphany.
That would be That would be the normal way that we use that word today, which
Yes.
is still pretty rare.
But it's an occurrence, the epiphany.
So
A rare
And what
occurrence.
does that signify?
it's about the revelation of God,
To?
in Jesus Christ, particularly to the nations,
Okay.
as represented by the Magi.
Right.
So that's kind of what this season is. Anyway,
So you're going to talk about that this week,
we're
the
gonna-
epiphany?
We're going to take that concept and kind of like, what does that matter for us? Why does it matter? Why epiphany? Why would I need to know about what that word means?
Well, I think then the way you say it right now, I think that it's possibility if the preaching and the music was good enough that we could bring about an epiphany to someone's soul as they're worshiping.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I
mean,
thought
more from the
I
music.
thought he was going to challenge everybody. The next week, I want everybody here to use epiphany
Ooh, that's a good
Oh.
idea.
in their casual
idea.
conversation.
You know what? I'm going to answer my phone.
Yeah.
Epiphany.
It's got to be the proper use.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that idea. I can incorporate all this stuff.
You know, epiphany, like a light bulb up here, like
Eureka.
Eureka.
So I was actually thinking about this. Is the other aspect
Epiphany,
of
does it have roots in Greek?
I was thinking.
Of course it
I'll have to
is.
double check.
I bet it does.
I was thinking about taking a bunch of terms, and throwing them on an insert that are kind of around whatever that big idea is for the week, and define them for people so that it's kind of like, hey, you know what? If you see these,
What if
in
you
the
give the wrong-
scripture or in your reading, and you're like, what in the world is
But you
this?
can't continue using those big words in your definition.
No, exactly. It's
Right,
gotta be
exactly.
simple.
Yeah.
You know.
You have to dumb it down for us.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Well, not just for you.
For, not just
for all of
not
us.
just for you, Al.
But one of my favorite
Al-Anon.
ones. I think we'll use at some point in time. It would be a Latin phrase.
Which would be
Imago Dei.
Imago Dei. So wait,
No idea.
God,
Yeah,
Dei is God.
Yep.
Imago is imagine God.
Close.
Imago, wonder God.
No. Take off the N from imagine.
Magi,
And the I.
magi, image.
The
image of
Imago
God.
Dei is the Latin phrase that corresponds with the idea of the image of God, that each and every human being has the image of God in
Oh yeah, but
And
I think
so.
don't you think there used to be in churches that picture of Jesus either knocking on the door of somebody's house or just of Jesus itself. Those pictures have disappeared over time, but I think a lot of us our age think of Jesus as that person.
Categories, yeah.
It might be.
Pardon me?
Yes, if you were grouping us into your same age category.
No, you and I, Al. You and I. Al.
Anyway,
Thanks.
I think a lot of us, when we picture that, when we try to get an image, that comes to you because it was so used. But then again, in the movie Heaven is for Real, did you watch that movie?
I don't think I did.
Craig Kinnear?
I don't think I did.
Anyway, the little boy
has this experience of going to heaven.
And he does. And so they realize that afterwards that he's had this experience and they're researching it. And the father one day is sitting this is towards the end of the movie, is sitting at the computer working. And for some reason, he's going over images of Jesus. And the little boy happens to come up right there and says, "That's him right there. That's who I saw."
Yeah.
And that image perfectly matched and came from a little girl was painting that in Europe.
Cool.
In Europe. It was a cool, you're thinking maybe that really is Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea,
the
idea of the image of God is that's different than that. So then it goes all the way back to Genesis, where God says, "Let's make humanity in our image."
Right.
That humanity, even from the very beginning, has borne the image of God. That there's something in us that is the image of God. That's more than what does Jesus look like?
No, that's our soul.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of there's pages and pages that have written about that concept. And it's fascinating.
When you think about that, you think about home. For some reason, I do anyhow. Okay. I think about home because that's where home is, where Jesus is. Yes, is home. But when I think about Jesus, I think about the man we knew as Jesus. When I think about God, even though you said created in His image, I don't think of a body like this. I think of a force,
right?
That's fine.
And a light.
I was gonna say, I don't. I think that's a pretty healthy idea of God. It's probably better than thinking of God as the old man.
While we're out there, so that could have a lot to do with the big part of our brains that we don't use.
Sure.
I mean, maybe that's where it all is up there, and we just don't.
Some of us use less of our brains than others.
Well, I mean, yes, some of us do, but even as far as becoming enlightened, in being a Christian, are we using our brains? It is blind faith, and the depth of that faith, is that using that part of the brain?
Good question.
Yeah. One more shout out. Speaking of brain,
one last shout out.
I have a great nephew who experienced a medical trauma this week, and I want to wish him my best. He's waking up, and we'll talk about that later. But Mason, in case somebody shows this to you, you just know your great Uncle Ken is thinking about you and praying for you.